What is up, guys? My name is AJ. Today we're going to talk about mixed martial arts diets and what foods we can eat to optimize our training. So the first food on my list that I really like to recommend to mixed martial artists, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys, boxer, kickboxer, whatever combat sport you seem to be involved with, grass-fed liver. Okay? Why grass-fed? Well, number one, you want the animal to be as healthy as can be because you're putting those nutrients in your body. You don't want hormones and antibiotics and all that bullshit going into you, right? If you're eating an animal, you want that animal to be as healthy as possible. So you want the liver because the liver is like nature's multivitamin. When a wolf kills and makes a kill, it eats the liver first. So be a wolf and eat that liver. It's like a multivitamin. It's amazing. It's got tons of B vitamins, CoQ10. It supercharges your fertility, your testosterone, your hormones. It's necessary if you do mixed martial arts because you need those hormones to train and recover. Number two on my list, sardines. Now, a lot of people don't like sardines because it sounds nasty. They smell fishy. But guess what? They're a great source of selenium, omega-3 fatty acids, CoQ10, and they're also pretty high in protein. And to top it all off, they're super inexpensive. I think a box of organic, fresh, wild-caught sardines are $2.50 at Wegmans. So that's where I go and get my sardines. And even on top of that, they're also very small fish, so they don't absorb a lot of heavy metals. So they're going to be pretty clean source of protein compared to, like, let's say a yellowfin tuna or bluefin tuna, where it's going to absorb a lot more heavy metals and mercury and shit like that. So that's no good. You don't want that. So moving on to kind of like the vegetable realm, let's talk about celery. Celery is amazing because it's going to help with your joint pain. And everybody knows if you do MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or Muay Thai, your joints are probably killing you, right? Or you have had joint pain in the past. Celery is really going to help your joint pain. And I'm just looking at my notes right here. It helps decrease inflammation in your joints, and it also increases nitric oxide. So that like pump that you get from like no explode, well, celery is like a natural no explode, and also it's gonna help increase uric acid and remove that from your liver and excrete it through the kidneys. So it's really gonna help your body stay hydrated. And it's delicious food. You could have it as a snack. Also, cucumbers do a similar action with the kidney and the liver and uric acid levels. So you want to add celery. It's the second most highest producing food of nitric oxide you can have next to beets. So beets are another good one. I'm going off on a tangent, but whatever. All right, next up is bone broth. What is bone broth? Bone broth is amazing food. Number one, it's not even consumed very much in this country at all anymore. It's a very novel food, and what it is you take the healthy bones of a grass-fed cow, buffalo, a grass-fed animal, or a wild sheep, lamb, whatever kind of animal you have. You can even use fish or chicken, and you take all those bones. You know, the more joint, you know, if you get like the knuckle bones or the neck bones or even the feet, those are the best parts because they have the most bones and most gelatinous producing materials. So you take these bones and you throw them in a crock pot or a little pot. You leave it on for about a day. You throw some vegetables, broccoli, onions, garlic, water, and you just let it simmer. And what happens is the nutrients get extracted from the bone, all the minerals, like if you've ever heard of chondroitin. If you do MMA, you know what chondroitin is because it helps your joints, or glucosamine. Well, the bones have natural glucosamine, natural chondroitin. So it's going to really help your bones, your teeth, your skin, your nails. It's going to help your joints so much. When I drink bone broth, it's like butter. Plus, when you have the vegetables in there, it helps detoxify your liver, and it helps heal your gut. There's a million and one different reasons why you want to eat and drink and incorporate bone broth into your regimen. It's also a natural BCAA supplement. So branched chain amino acids. It's going to help you recover. It'll help you stay satiated, so you can have a cup or two of bone broth in the morning, and it's going to increase growth hormone levels. You're not going to be as hungry because your blood sugar is super stable. It's also going to aid in digestion, and it's also a component of bone broth is glycine, and glycine is very deficient in our diets these days, and you don't get glycine from skeletal meats like steaks, ribeyes, filet mignons. old school, people used to love taking the bones, and they would go for the bone marrow first because that was the most highly packed nutritional part of it. So you want to get bone broth. It's a very, very, very good food. Next, it's not a food, but it's a root. It's an herb, turmeric. Turmeric is an amazing anti-inflammatory. It's going to help your joints, like I said, decrease inflammation. Inflammation is caused by shitty diet, it's caused by shitty sleep, and it's caused by training. Training, unfortunately, is a stress on your body, and it's gonna hit your joints, it's gonna hit your muscles, and it's gonna cause inflammation. Now, our jobs when we're not training is to reduce that inflammation, and turmeric is a fantastic way to do that. One of my all-time favorite herbs and spices / roots. What I'd like to do, I take ginger root and turmeric root, I chop them up, I take a massive pot of it, I throw it in a little pot, water, and I let it boil for about 25 minutes. And I just drink a tea like that. Super soothing to your GI tract. Really feels real good for your joints and inflammation. Reduces inflammation. Ginger is very similar to turmeric. It reduces inflammation, and it's really good for your liver too. So if you guys need a hangover cure, if you guys are celebrating for whatever reason, turmeric ginger tea, fucking amazing. Okay, next up on our list we have garlic. Garlic is also an amazing one. It's good for energy and joints. It's an antiviral, fungal, and parasitic. It's going to be great for your joints. If you guys want to take 2 or 3 cloves in the morning, or chop them up and maybe throw them in a salad of some kind. Raw is better, but cooked is better than nothing. Yeah, your breath's gonna smell like shit, and your underarms, you're gonna just sweat out garlic, but guess what? It's fucking amazing for you, and it's worth it, alright? If anybody complains, just blow hot garlic breath right in their face. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously. Grass-fed whey protein is up next. Some people don't do good with grass-fed whey protein. Some people don't do good with dairy at all. Grass-fed whey protein, I happen to do perfectly fine with. Other dairy, other forms of dairy, I do not do good with. Cheese, I don't do good with milk. So this is highly individual. Best option for you guys is to just try this out, right? See what works. See what works with your body. If you drink grass-fed whey protein shake and it's high quality, you got to get a high quality one first, because you can't experiment with shit supplements. If you go to GNC, for the most part, a lot of it is garbage. It's dead food. There's no enzymes. It's not grass-fed, etc. So you want to find a good product, give it a shot, and if it works with you, great. If it doesn't, you get bloated and you feel like crap, well then guess what? Whey protein is not for you, and that's fine, because you can do other stuff, like bone broth or BCAAs, or you can get gelatin powder, which is really good. It's just like bone broth, but it comes in a supplement form. It's cheap, and you get a lot of servings out of it. So grass-fed whey protein, I have to tell you guys, is fantastic. BCAAs, glutamine, it's got a whole bunch of different amino acids, a huge amino acid profile, really good for glutathione production. So give it a shot, see if it works for you. If it doesn't, then you got other options. Okay, number 8 on our list. Well, it's not really just one, it's kale and spinach. Why kale? Kale is the most nutrient-dense vegetable you can get, and spinach is amazing because spinach has a high level of magnesium. When you're training, when you're doing jiu-jitsu, when you're doing MMA, when you're doing any type of strength training workout, you're literally reducing your magnesium levels in your body. Magnesium helps to combat stress. So we want to combat the reduction of magnesium levels and add in magnesium. Now you can do that with spinach, but a lot of times spinach is not going to cut it because you're training so often, right? You're sweating and peeing all your minerals out. So what you want to do is you can do spinach, but also you want to take some type of topical magnesium lotion, or take Epsom salt baths. Okay, is a really good way. Dark chocolate, high percentage of cacao content is really beneficial for magnesium levels. You want to make sure that chocolate bar has very little sugar, if at all. So optimize your magnesium levels. It's also going to help with testosterone and other your hormone profiles. Can help you reduce stress and just be relaxed, right? So that's really important. Kale, again, is a great anti-inflammatory. It makes you feel good. It's good for producing iron. It has iron in it, and more iron means more hemoglobin. Hemoglobin Globin is good for your blood, and you're building blood, and that's great, right? We need blood because we're losing it when we're training. Hopefully not, though. All right, last on the list, number 9, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are important in my point of view because they are going to help you restore your glycogen levels. What's glycogen? When you're training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, when you're training boxing, when you're doing kettlebell workouts or whatever, you're reducing your glycogen levels. Glycogen is like your fuel, right? So it's like your turbo fuel, right? You're just burning through that shit. You got to replace it, right? There's 2 fuels that the body can use. Glycogen, which is carbs, and fat, which is ketones. So you want to optimize, you got to do both. You can't just not eat any fat, and you can't just not eat any carbs. You need carbs for your type of training you're doing. You also need fat to boost your hormones and for nervous system health and hormone and, like I said, hormone health as well. Sweet potatoes are a great way to replenish your glycogen, increase your energy, help your sleep out as well, and then feed the beneficial bacteria in your body, which is real good. I like to throw on some grass-fed butter on top of the sweet potato or a slab of coconut oil with a little bit of cinnamon. Little trick I learned. Delicious. All right, guys, so that's it. The 9 foods that are excellent for mixed martial arts fighters. If you guys like this video, please click the like button, subscribe, and check out my blog, zenstrength.net, and I'll see you guys soon. Later.